In today's video, we're going to talk about a potential Treyarch Zombies free-to-play game being in development. All Zombies maps included, the Zombies Chronicles 2 maps, and much more. We'll go through some information, evidence, teasers we have for that. If you guys are new, would like to subscribe, I would greatly appreciate that. We're super close to 90k on the channel, about like 250 subs away, so thank you guys so much for that. And be sure to drop a like on the video as well. And shout out to my Twitter if you want to see me tweet different things. The link is down below, so appreciate that. But first up here, super quickly, I want to mention this. Of course, if you guys didn't know, April 19th, Snoop Dogg is releasing into the store for Vanguard and Warzone. And Treyarch tweeted this out. Yes, Snoop has unique voice lines for zombies. What a time to be alive. So I'll probably stream tomorrow, get the Snoop Dogg operator bundle, and actually hop into zombies. I know it's Vanguard zombies, but it still would be kind of funny to hear Snoop Dogg in zombies, just to see how he interacts with zombies, what he says. I wish it was back in like Cold War or maybe past zombie games. If you guys didn't know, I was a huge COD Ghost fan. I mean, that was like peak 13-year-old Matters just grinding COD Ghost MP, and the Snoop Dogg voice pack back then was so fun to use. So I can't wait to, relive those memories, and now with zombies as well for this game tomorrow. So definitely get ready for that. But now for all of the stuff here on a zombies free-to-play game, this is some very interesting stuff. So Treyarch's original tweet here, they said this: projects we're working on. So of course, round-based maps in Vanguard Zombies, new ranked play seasons and rewards, a jungle remaster in Black Ops Cold War's multiplayer, a new secret in Black Ops Cold War Zombies, the super Easter egg of course, Outbreak and Onslaught updates, new weapons and bundles for Cold War and Warzone, and then the last bullet point here, future COD content. And we mentioned this very briefly in my video when this blog post first came out, but now we're going to go more in depth as to what that could be and why it's most likely their Zombies free-to-play project. Now, a bunch of Treyarch developers actually responded to that last bullet point there. We have Drew saying, feel like that last bullet point is being a bit undersold, of course, that last point there though. And then we have Vonderhaar saying, classified, more classified, insanely amazing, but beyond classified. So very interesting stuff here. Of course, this doesn't necessarily mean too much, and they're not outright saying what we're getting, but there are other indications that what they're talking about here is not just their like next Call of Duty game, their next 2024 premium release. Like in the actual blog post, you could see how they word it. It's very interesting. They only refer to this as just future Call of Duty content. They say here in this portion, at the same time, we're also heads down on development and support for upcoming Call of Duty content. You could say we've been a little busy. So their wording there is so interesting to me. We're heads down on development and support for upcoming Call of Duty content. It's such a weird way to describe it here. I guess they don't want to outright say they're working on their next game, but the wording there makes me believe that it's something outside of what they would normally be doing. Now, I mentioned maybe it's regarding just stuff they don't want to say. There was a rumor, or not really a rumor, it was kind of public, that Treyarch and all other COD studios are helping IW with the development and finishing up MW2 this year, which I don't think they would really announce it in this blog post, so I feel like it's not that, but it could be possible. And of course, 2023, as we're going to talk about, we've had some rumors from very credible sources that there is some type of zombies game for that year, considering there's no premium COD release. And of course, it makes the most sense for Treyarch to at least lead the development of that game. There could of course be other support studios, but Treyarch would definitely be in charge there. Now, of course, them saying this and this wording in the blog post doesn't mean they're 100% referring to this free-to-play game. Of course, as you guys know, everything is up in the air right now, but it definitely is very possible. Let's go through some of the leaks here as to what we're talking about with the free-to-play zombies game, and then we'll go through what exactly we could see regarding the maps, what could be remastered, the Zombies Chronicles 2 maps being brought into that game instead of on Cold War, and all that good stuff. So from Tom Henderson, he said this recently: there is a separate Call of Duty Zombies project in early development that is currently not connected to any title. Now, the reason why that's important as well is because it's not like this free-to-play game will be an extension or like a major DLC for Black Ops Cold War. It's not going to be like Black Ops Cold War's DLC 5 like we saw with Black Ops 3. It's going to be a separate standalone game that has, nothing to do with the past games besides for maybe having some of the old maps on that game. So very interesting stuff there. We know Tom Henderson is very credible. He, keeps on mentioning this. He mentioned it again recently. And then Ralph recently, which is a kind of newer leaker, and he's been giving us a lot of pretty good MW2 info, as you guys know. He said this: this isn't in relation to the rumored free-to-play game for 2023. Here's a hint toward what that free-to-play title will be. And then he goes on to say 2023 with a zombies emoji. So very interesting stuff here. Again, for Ralph to say this here, he's got to have some type of insight and info as to what we're getting. He hasn't really given us much more info besides for this. So I would definitely still lean on more of the cautious and skeptical side of this issue here, or of this situation, because of course we don't want to hype ourselves up too much and then we don't end up getting it. But you know, there is evidence. There are credible leakers and insiders telling us that for 2023, we may get that Zombies free-to-play game. And that would also be a good explanation as to why those Zombies Chronicles 2 maps never released in Black Ops Cold War. I mean, as you guys know, we had some leaks and rumors from some pretty credible sources saying that these maps were ported from Black Ops 4 over to Black Ops Cold War. You know, Call of Duty Hope said this in specific a couple of times. And of course, Treyarch recently confirmed that we're not getting any more new round-based zombies maps for this game. Maybe they could go back on their word. Maybe they'll still surprise us and drop some new maps, but it seems like they're saying it here in the blog post. We're not going to get any more round-based maps. So for now, no ZC2 in Black Ops Cold War. But if they're planning a free-to-play zombies game for 2023, it makes more sense to just bring it over to that game, honestly. I mean, I get that completely. It gives them more time to develop it, get it ready, and all of that good stuff. So that would be the hub for all zombies maps. Why not also include those BO2 maps as well? Now, for the fun part of this video, what exactly will we get in this zombies free-to-play game? Be sure to leave your comments down below, your ideal zombies free-to-play game, what maps you want to see, what weapons you want to return, what game modes you want to see. It could be stuff we already saw in past Treyarch games. It could be even zombies maps from IW Zombies, from World War II if you're feeling crazy, Extinction, maybe Exo Zombies if you're feeling really crazy. Let me know down below. I saw a lot of you guys really enjoy, and you were happy to see your comments up on screen for my previous videos. I showed some of you guys' comments for some MW2 wishlist items you want to see for that multiplayer. You guys really enjoyed that. So I want to put more of your comments up on screen, give you guys little shout outs here and there. So again, be sure to leave your comments down below. Little stuff. What do you want to see for this game? It could be a huge comment, could be a small comment, anything. Let me know down below. But for the first thing here, I want to look back at what we were supposed to get for the entire year 2 season of Black Ops 4, because there is a good chance we see a lot of that stuff brought over into this zombies free-to-play game. The Woo Lads had this leak back in 2019, and they said this: we keep getting asked about zombies in 2019 and 2020 for that season. Zombies will continue on Black Ops 4 outside of the first Black Ops pass. Chaos is finished for this season, but not for BO4. Ether will be the rest of the season. As you know, maps in production will be listed in the following tweet. So we have Nuketown, Call of the Dead, Green Run / Transit, Die Rise, and Buried. These maps are planned to have their own Gauntlet, Grief, and possibly Turned modes. The second season of BO4 Zombies will have 2 more Chaos maps, with some of the aforementioned Ether maps. 5 and Mob of the Dead may be faithfully remastered too, instead of reimagined as they currently are on BO4. This is subject to development changes. Call of the Dead is planned to be a faithful remaster, whereas Transit is planned to be a bit more unique. So very interesting stuff here. This tweet and leak was again right before Alpha Omega came out, so we didn't know Alpha Omega was going to be a thing. We didn't know it was going to be a Nuketown remake. We definitely didn't know that Call of the Dead would be a full remake, pretty much, instead of just a faithful remaster, as the leak says here. But for the future, we could definitely see different elements of this brought over into the Zombies free-to-play game. The one thing I know for sure they would do is do a faithful remaster of Mob of the Dead. I feel like there's a big enough audience that wants to see that and would definitely happily play that. So I think that would be a pretty safe bet to make. Of course, a Transit remake being a bit more unique, that makes sense as well. I don't know if Die Rise and Buried were supposed to be a faithful remaster or fully remade back in BO4, but I'm on the side that I want to see them fully remade, a bit different rooms, different areas to explore. But again, who knows? That was a couple of years ago. They definitely still have those plans, and they were made for BO4, but things change, and of course, they're going to have to make them and develop them differently for whatever engine the Zombies free-to-play game will be on in 2023. But of course, as I said, I would rather see those ZC2 maps, Transit, Die Rise, and Buried, fully remade, or at least, you know, kind of a lot different than what they were back in BO2. Now, for all of the other maps listed here, I'm not really too concerned. I think the default should be that, you know, all of the maps that we've ever seen are faithfully remastered and brought back to this Zombies free-to-play game. It'll pretty much act as a hub to where you go in the game and you could access and play every zombies map that was ever released by Treyarch. And then there are a select few number of maps that are, fully remade with new locations, new Easter eggs, new rooms, new wonder weapons, etc. And those maps could be, again, Transit, Die, Rise, and Buried. I would throw in maybe like even Origins as well. Maybe some BO3 maps, fully remake, change it around. Maybe do a remake of Shadows of Evil, add another area. Like, that'd be sick as well. Maybe do a remake of Moon. Just like select a few maps out of the list, out of the whole library, the catalog of all Treyarch maps, and then really do some more work on those, while all of the other maps are just kind of playable the exact same way they were back in their original game, and they just have better graphics. So that's my opinion there. I think that makes the most sense. Let me know down below, what do you want to see? Of course, I'll make an updated video very soon going through your guys' ideas. We'll go more into maps, game modes, wonder weapons, other stuff like that. So we'll expand more upon that in a future video, but for now, that's my opinion on this here. Of course, nothing is confirmed, but this could be a very good situation here for Zombies fans. We're going to be in a Zombies drought for a little bit. Of course, this year will be pretty good with some Zombies content, but for the most part, we're not going to get some real, like, Treyarch Zombies until we get to COD 2024, at least for now, because Cold War won't have much more Zombies content. We'll have some Onslaught maps, some Outbreak stuff, Super Easter egg, but overall, we might be waiting a while unless we get that free-to-play game in 2023, and we have a huge influx of Zombies content for that year. There's a lot of questions, of course. What engine is it going to be on? Is it going to be the same as Cold War Zombies? Is it going to be on the IW8 engine? Will it be kind of a similar Vanguard Zombies vibe? Like, we don't know for sure what's going to happen, so again, we'll talk more, we'll theorize, I'll give you guys the evidence and leaks in future videos, and that's it for this video for now. If you guys are new and enjoy the video, be sure to drop a sub on the channel. Really do appreciate it, guys. There are 2 other videos up on screen that may interest you, so be sure to check one of them out. Shout out to the YouTube channel members as always, and I will see you guys in the next video or live stream. Peace out, guys.